about Resident Evil 2, the remake, because I find it very interesting that this is not a remaster. This is built from the ground up for these consoles, and it looks awesome. I think the graphics look great, and it's so funny about who I am as a Resident Evil fan. I didn't jump on Resident Evil. I briefly played, and by briefly I mean I let my brother play, and I was kind of scared because I was a child. Uh, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Briefly played that. My pizza's done. But yeah, like I said, briefly Resident Evil Nemesis. Mostly my brother played it, and I just kind of watched. Played Resident Evil 4, the revolutionary Resident Evil 4. Played through that. Played Resident Evil 5 with my brother. Played it all the way through just co-op. I didn't bother with single player because everybody was saying that the single player sucks, and the only way to play this game was co-op. That's where I started to see the change. So I managed to only be like really a part of the series where 4 was great, 5 was okay, but a little too action oriented, which always happens with these horror franchises. That's not the point of a horror game. You're not supposed to play with your friends because it kills the suspension. Whatever. Skip 6 because the minute these infected things that aren't really zombies, but they're kind of zombies, but now they can pick up guns, that's where I was like, okay, I am not. This is a full-blown action series now. I'm not bothering with it. Did not play Resident Evil 6. Then I finally picked up Resident Evil 7. Actually, I did. Yeah, well, yeah, some point in 2017. It wasn't last year. Everything's, man, this year's been so long. I mean, it's the same as every other year, but it feels a little longer. So I picked that up, played that, loved it. Loved the approach, changing perspectives. The story was cool, and it was different. It was weird, and it definitely had it was new, but it also had that old Resident Evil feel. It still had the inventory. You still had the thing where you're constantly fighting one boss over and over and over again, and it definitely had that old school vibe. So then the remake of Resident Evil 2, it looks great. My buddy John Sparks won't shut up about it. He's probably the most hype of anybody I've ever met to play this game. I love the fact that it's right away out of the gate in January. Kind of gets out of the way of games like Anthem and The Division and Far Cry, where it's not right there against these open world multiplayer games. This very narrative focused game right there at the beginning of January. I'm pretty stoked. I've never played the game before, so this will be like playing a brand new game. It'll be going in fresh, blind. I've never really paid that much attention to Resident Evil lore, so this will be something completely new for me. And I'm pretty stoked. I think we're in a weird situation in gaming where the whole adage of everything that's old is new again, and you're seeing it more and more. You're seeing it with Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, and now you're seeing it with Medieval coming. You're seeing it with Resident Evil 2. It's an interesting approach. You would think we would try to innovate on something new, but, it's okay to have those nostalgia trips. And I'm probably going to pick up Spyro and Crash at some point. I don't know when. Definitely going to pick up Crash Team Racing because that'll be fun. But that should be on the list. Why is that not on the list, Jake? That's 2019. That's actually coming out soon. It's coming out in June. Pretty stoked for that. But Resident Evil 2 Remake will be fun for me just because it'll be a whole new experience. And I'm wondering if they're going to add things in that are different from Resident Evil 2, like, changes for returning fans, because I won't know the difference.